Alright, so here's my tarp experiment. 9 by 12 seems large until you have it hung in a tree, and then the 9-foot side turns into what, a 4.5-foot side, and doesn't seem to cover very much at all. So I understand why people get hex tarps and winter tarps that are deeper on the sides. It's I can't remember for sure if this is close to the size of the underground quilts tarp that I saw or any other tarp that I saw at HangCon, but canvas has a lot more weight to it, and ooh, I got a bee hitting me. So I got, like I say, this is a painter's tarp, so a painter's drop cloth, and I've been using it in my car, which will totally take the entire car and front to back and give me window covering. But with this, it's a little, it just looks dinky out here in the world. But strung up the reflect it with I don't know that you'll be able to see the, I guess you can see the wasp on one end, and on the other end is a Dutch hook, and like I say, orange reflect it. And for the most part, this tarp doesn't have grommets, any D-ring, tie-outs, anything like that. So lately I've been using the one part of my legacy hardware that I can't find anymore. They don't make these. Is the Sierra Designs tarp pullouts that are a 2-piece toggle and opening kind of thing, and as far as I know, you can't purchase them anymore. You can find some other alligator clip types at Home Depot and things like that, and that's probably pretty useful. Up at the corner, because I only have 4 of those through the ages, I don't know if I lost 2 or there was only 4 in the package. I have tied a golf ball up there with the Dutch puts a they call it a prusik tarp connector, I guess is what it is, and it's a bunch of looped again a toggle and a little knot that go together, and around the golf ball it worked. But I only had 1 golf ball out here, so I have a pine cone on this end, and again the tarp connector, and kind of ran out of space. I didn't have the perfect trees, so we're gonna have to work on that. I have a lot of slack in my line at that end, and at that end you can see I go down to another piece of Dutch hardware that I picked up, DutchWare hardware. Another 2 pieces actually, the tarp fly, which handled the original cord, nylon cord, paracord for the Sierra Designs toggle, and one of his triple spiral stakes. And I was skeptical about it holding in sand, but apparently right now I can't even get it to go in any further, so bring a mallet next time. This one went in okay, but the flies are nice. I certainly will put the shock cord onto any tarp that I get, and a piece of reflect it, and leave the flies on the stakes, and just pop it in that way. The flies just let you tension everything on and off, just like advertised. And the wasp takes some getting used to. I think if I had a lighter tarp, this would hang straighter, or maybe this is acceptable for a heavy tarp. It's not really doing anything today. The only thing that I'd get out of this is sunshade, because west of here is, I mean, this face of this is facing west, and certainly would provide me a place to relax with no sunshine in my eyes. But it's ideal for the bees because they get a lot of western sunlight. So that's the tarp experiment. you know, it starts to get pricey, like the guys up at Palmetto State Hangars on Facebook said, was that you can start spending a whole lot of money not knowing what you like. So in my penny pinching, as I would say, I was opting to go cheap and try to use this, and I think it's too cheap. I really should invest in something. Maybe I can get a blemished or damaged item like I've been looking at, but it's pricey. And how low do you want to go when it starts raining? I guess this would keep the rain off you for maybe a couple hours, and then things would start getting wet, and that includes down, so you don't want wet down. So it's an interesting experiment. I have to practice setting up the lines, and now I understand where stuff should be placed on the lines, but it's a lot of slack in that tarp line. I don't see how anybody uses 31 feet on a regular basis, so there's a lot of extra flying around on there. And no, it is doable, I guess, even for somebody like me who hasn't camped in ages. So thanks for watching the tarp experiment and looking at the weather, listening to the robins finish up doing their calls for the night. I guess it might be time to head on in, pack it up, and it ain't no lightweight setup, that's for sure, but like I said earlier, compared to what we had in the 70s, this is probably powder cake. You know, it's you can go heavy and do car camping, or you can give a nod to being on the light side and then enjoy having a lightweight setup and not burning all the fuel in your car if you're going to leave it in your car and everything. So you can glamp, or you can go light, and the materials out of the new stuff are the space age, I mean, compared to what we used to do. And that's my 2 cents, I guess, as I wrap it up here tonight. Thanks for watching.